So I've always admired people, and I think people should be commended. Those that are willing to sacrifice for the greater good. Like, there's certain things in your life that are worth the risk. Like, you may not walk across traffic for $100 bill, but you'd walk across traffic for your dog. You know, like you'd walk across traffic for your child. You're willing, like that's worth the risk. Like there's certain things in your life that you are willing to sacrifice to get to where you need to go. Like all the great athletes, anybody successful has had to risk certain things in order to get to where they are, if they've had any measure of success. Like there's just certain things in your life that are worth that risk. And I got to be honest with you. Putting it like that makes me respect Ja Morant even more. Because that guy is risking his career for finger guns. And we could sit here and we could judge that guy and we could say, well, what are you doing? This is like $200, $300 million contracts. I mean, he could be worth $500 million by the time his career's... Like, we could sit here and play that game. And we could sit here in judgment because we don't get it. Or you can just respect the fact that he is willing to risk it all. You know, maybe that is his version of the dog on the other side of traffic. And instead, people are sitting there on their high horse talking about how this is a bad look. And sure, I get it. He's got a past. I understand that. I know he's had issues with this stuff before. Guy flashed a hand cannon while hammered inside a strip club. Apparently there was another video of a gun on video, or a gun that he had. I think one of them might have been like a gun lighter. Guy likes guns, all right? I don't know a lot of people who are willing to risk hundreds of $millions to pull out a make-believe rifle after hitting a shot in a game. And his approach to this whole thing is like, hey, man, I'm tired of it. I don't care anymore. NBA says, hey, listen, Ja, this is a little bit of an issue. You and Buddy Hield are, pointing guns at each other. Not a great look. Not a great look for a league who needs some good looks. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a warning. He says, oh, okay. Next game, pulls out another one. Guys, I've never seen anybody that much ammo in my life. Guys got sawed-offs, elephant guns, Uzis, all make-believe, all invisible. Like, he's probably the greatest air guitar player of all time. Guy pulled out a musket in the middle of a game right after the NBA warned him and then gets fined $75,000. Doesn't care. Like, we've seen a lot of players, like, ruin their careers. Like, you've seen it, like, you hear this all the time. There might be somebody in your personal life. Man, he could have had it all, but he couldn't put down the bottle. Like, that one we can like, wrap our heads around because we've seen it before. We've got examples of it. Hey, man, could have been one of the all-time greats, but, man, the drugs, the women, the nightlife, it just got to him. God, could have been one of the all-timers, but, man, couldn't stay away from the bad stuff. And by the time they realized, it was too late. Like, we've seen stuff like that. We've seen examples of that. We've never seen somebody risk their entire career so that they could pull out a make-believe shotgun. And it doesn't even look like a legitimate shotgun. It looks like one of those ones that you shoot into a clown at a carnival and a balloon pops over his head. Looks like a water pistol. This guy's pulling out everything he can think of for the right to bear arms. And we're going to sit here in judgment and criticize the guy, I'll be honest with you, I think it's hilarious because I think there's going to be a point in time where later in his life he's going to go, man, what happened to that extra $300 million I had lying around? You know, in sponsorships and all the. Oh, that's right. That's right. For some reason, I thought it was more important to whip out a Gatling gun after hitting a 20-footer against the Hornets on a weeknight game in February. You know what I mean? Like, it is wild. And he doesn't care. Literally doesn't care. You think this is the last time he's going to do it? Like, his teammates are doing it. You think this is the last time he's going to, like, brandish a make-believe weapon in a game? No. Absolutely not. They were warned. I mean, it's not as ridiculous as like the NFL, you know, punishing guys for smelling their finger. Like, listen, if you're the NFL, like, okay, if you're like that guy who I think he was like a college, I think he played for Michigan. There was some guy who slid into third. He hit a triple, slides into third, and then looks at his dugout and pretends to snort the third base line. Now, he apologized. He accepted responsibility for it. From a creativity standpoint, you got to commend him. Never seen it before. We've seen a Dolphins O-line coach, hit the booger sugar on video. Like, we've seen that before. We've never seen a player pretend to do it, and the item that was being used was the third base line after a triple. I mean, the guy hit a triple. What do you want him to do? Bow? Put a little flash on it. Hey, some people do bat flips. I pretend that third baseline's some snot sand and I get after it. It's fine. But he apologized. So the NFL's saying, all right, listen, you can't smell your finger anymore. It's like, okay, like, what's on the finger? Like, did they grow out a pinky nail and there's something underneath it? Like, what are we talking about here? But now the NBA's popped Ja Morant $75,000. If I was Adam Silver, since he's, swung and missed at trying to fix the All-Star game and some of the other lower numbers in the NBA, he should come out with different degrees of fines depending on the weapon that is used by Ja Morant. Like, if he goes AK-47, $100,000. Sawed-off, $75,000. Musket, $50,000. Uzi, $25,000, all the way down until you hit a slingshot, and that's like $150. Like, if he brings out a blow dart gun, you're probably going to have a conversation or two about it, but we'll let that one slide. The point is, you are witnessing one of the great talents in sports that has figured out what he's willing to sacrifice and what it's all for. Some people are willing to risk it all for a family member, a pet, something like that near and dear, a friend, something near and dear to their heart. Apparently, Ja Morant has decided, I'm willing to risk my entire career, potentially, with make-believe handguns after hitting shots in an NBA game. And I got to be honest with you, if he's all about it, you got to let him run with it.